Non-Duality Explained. Non-Duality Explained. That is the topic of this video. That is the topic of this talk. So I need you to imagine. Imagine that you meet another human being. And that is a very special human being. Because that human being has never, ever experienced physical pain. However unlikely that seems to be. But please, just bear with me, stay with me. So, imagine that you meet another human being that do not know what physical pain is. And then this human being asks you a question. This human being asks you, I have heard about this physical pain, but I don't know what it is. Can you explain to me what physical pain is? I would like to know what physical pain is. So what are you to say to this human being? How could you explain to this human being what physical pain is? And I mean, explain it in such a way that the human being knows what physical pain is based upon your explanation. What would you say? You might think that you would say something like, it's a sensation. It's an emotion. It's an experience. But that do not say anything about what physical pain is in reality. By using those concepts, you are simply just substituting words. You are substituting the word pain with an sensation, with another word. So what do you do? Well, you have to awaken to that fact that you will never ever be able to explain what physical pain is in a way that the other human being, based upon your description, would know what physical pain really is. You would have to awaken to that fact. And when you awaken to that fact, you would simply pinch the other human being in his or her arm. And then you would say, that's physical pain. And then the other human being would know for themselves what physical pain is. So what is physical pain? Non-Duality Explained. What is physical pain? This is physical pain. No description would ever be able to contain the direct experience of physical pain. No words are able to transmit this direct experience, for that is what it is. It is a direct experience. And the experience itself is what it is. No words can describe this. No concept could ever describe this. Non-Duality Explained, and now you might wonder, what has that got to do with that? The concept non-duality points towards an awakening. An awakening that is similar, like the awakening that I described just previously. The dawning, the intuition, the direct recognition, the direct seeing that reality cannot be expressed in concept. Reality cannot be contained within language. Never, ever. And since I call it an awakening, it is an awakening out of the conceptual mind, the habitual thinking patterns of the conceptual mind. And the mind has built a complete fantasy with concepts, with words, with language. So when the non-dual awakening happens, then it is seeing very clearly that no direct experience could ever be contained within any description, and that all direct experience is to be experienced directly. So pain is a direct experience. And now I have a question for you. Who are you? And when I'm asking you that question, I am exactly the same as that being that asked you, what is pain? But now I am asking you, who are you? And if you try to answer that question with words, with concepts, then you are fooling yourself. For that question cannot be answered with words and concepts. It can only be experienced directly, in silence. And when we awaken to that realization, we discover that we were living within a fantasy. We were living within an illusion, an idea about who we were and what reality is. And then being awakened, to itself as a direct recognition. And that is actually what every human being are longing for, are searching for. As long as this direct recognition is absent, as long as this direct experience not is recognized directly, then there will be a sense of lack. But we don't know that this sense of lack really is a result of this not knowing. So we try to fill this hole within ourselves. We try to fill it with material things, with any kind of stimulation. And very often we try to numb ourselves so that we can forget this longing that is within the human heart. This longing for self-recognition, a direct, instantly recognition of being. Being, knowing, being, that is a different kind of knowing. That is not a conceptual knowing. And the awakening is out of this conceptual knowing and into a direct recognition. And for us to do that, we have to leave every concept, every word, every description behind. We have to let go of them. And that is why I, in actuality, will fail trying to explain what non-duality really is, because I cannot do that. Nobody can do that. But I am trying to fail as good as I possibly can, with pointers towards that which cannot be explained. You have to go there yourself. And by the way, the distance is non-existent. There are no distance. What you're looking for has always been there, so it is very subtle. And it is covered by a lot of mental noise that you have to bear in mind. But it is what you are looking for. That is why I am emphasizing falling in love with silence and stillness. Because when you do that, you do fall in love with being itself. Be careful about binge watching non-dual videos. That is your intellectual mind searching for something that it can grab hold of. And you will not succeed. The only thing that you will succeed in is confusing yourself on a higher and higher level. And you might exhaust yourself, so perhaps at some stage you say, I give up. I hate these non-dual videos. I will not watch any more. And perhaps at that very moment, it dawns on you what it is that you have been looking for, and that it has always been here. So when I talk about meditation, I'm never ever talking about a doing. What I suggest is that you simply just sit down and let everything come to rest. And yes, there might be a very active mind. That's okay. Leave it alone. Just simply sit in silence. Watch the mind. Watch what it is doing. And every time a new thought stream arises, every time that happens, just simply gently say to yourself, no, that's not it. And put that thought stream aside. And fall back into stillness and silence. And then sense your way into your own being. Don't expect anything to happen. Nothing will happen as such. And the mind will protest, then why are we doing this? But no answer to that question will ever satisfy the mind. What I am pointing at is being. The most miraculous in the entire universe. Being itself. This video is the first video in a three-part series that I will be releasing here before the new year. In this video I've been talking about experiencing being. And that raises a new question. Who or what is experiencing being? And that will be the topic for the next video. And then the final video I suspect will be something about the dangers. Reformulate that. The potential dangers of non-duality. But I can say this much, that there are no dangers to non-duality, because non-duality is already a reality. Only the mind can make a problem out of that. That will be the topic for the third video. So I hope that you will be joining. Please remember to subscribe. Take care, my friend. Until the next video. Stay safe.